Instate via.
Every prison, no matter how carefully designed, has at least one way out. The trick is knowing how to get to it. In its heyday, Alcatraz was the ultimate maximum security prison. Located on a lonely island in the middle of San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz, also known as the Rock, had held captives since the Civil War. From 1934 until March 21, 1963, the small island was developed with facilities such as a lighthouse, a military fortification, a military prison, and a federal prison. During that time, 36 inmates who staged 14 escape attempts over the 29 years that Alcatraz served as a federal penitentiary. 23 were recaptured, 6 were shot and killed, 2 drowned, and 5 are listed as missing and presumed drowned. In that 3 being Morris and the Anglin brothers, and the other 2 being Theodore Cole and Ralph Rowe. Franklin Morris reportedly ranked in the top 2% of the general population in intelligence, as measured by IQ testing, displaying an IQ of 133. His crimes involved as juvenile delinquency, runaways, breaking and entering, burglary, narcotics and armed robbery, unlawful flight, Mann Act, and bank robbery. Anglin's arrested in 1958 after robbing the Bank of Columbia branch in Columbia, Alabama. The 4th inmate, Alan West, who was also a part of an escape plan, imprisoned for car theft in 1955. 55 years ago in June, they pulled off one of the greatest prison escapes in American history. Escape Plan. December 1961. West, mastermind of the plan. Morris and the Anglin brothers were assigned adjacent cells, giving them the opportunity to plan their escape. The inmates carefully stockpiled everyday materials that would effectively chip away at the ventilation duct and create an opening wide enough to crawl through. Over a 6-month period, they managed to widen the vent openings in their cells. They used tools like saw blades found in the prison yards, stolen spoons from the commissary, drill taken from the motor of a broken vacuum cleaner. The men spent their nights working as quietly and discreetly as possible so that the guards wouldn't suspect a thing, covering their hard labor with cardboard and paint each morning like this, and covered the noise of their work with the louder noise of Morris' accordion on top of the ambient din of music hour. The holes opened up to an unguarded corridor behind the cell walls. From this corridor, the group climbed to the top of their cell block, and into a sheltered area between the roof and the top of the cells. Here they set up a small, makeshift workshop, unbeknownst to prison staff, where they assembled a variety of stolen and donated materials. They made makeshift life preservers by using 50 stolen raincoats, a 6x14-foot rubber raft, the seams carefully stitched together by hand and sealed by the hot steam pipes in the prison. The idea came from magazines that were found in the prisoners' cells. They also built wooden paddles and converted a musical instrument into a tool to inflate the raft. At the same time, they were looking for a way out of the building. The ceiling was a good 30 feet high, but using a network of pipes they climbed up, eventually pried open the ventilator at the top of the shaft. They kept it in place temporarily by fashioning a fake bolt out of soap. The group of men sculpted fake heads with homemade papier-mâché-like mixture of soap, toothpaste, concrete dust, and toilet paper. They used paint from the maintenance shop and hair from the barbershop floor to give the head a realistic appearance. They piled towels and clothes under their blankets to make it look like there was a body to go along with the fake head, making it seem like they were sleeping peacefully. They used these fake heads and bodies to conceal while they were on the roof of their cell block, crafting the makeshift raft for the final escape. These were also used, when they actually escaped, to give them a couple hours of relief as no one would notice until the next morning, night of June 11, 1962. Time to set out to make history. All preparations in place, the men began their escape. West made one crucial mistake. He had noticed that the hole in his cell was crumbling, so he used cement to smooth over the sides. Unfortunately, the cement hardened and made the opening too small to fit through. By the time he managed to get through the hole, his partners were long gone. West returned to his cell and went to sleep. West went on to cooperate fully with investigators and give them a detailed description of the escape plan, in consequence of which he was not punished for his role in it. Investigation. For 10 days following the disappearance of the 3 Alcatraz inmates, law enforcement agencies searched the air, land, and sea for any trace of the convicts. Law enforcement agencies came across various pieces of evidence like a paddle 200 yards from Angel Island's southern coast, plastic-wrapped wallet with photos, names, and addresses of the Anglin's family and friends, remnants of the raincoats used for the raft and life preservers, a navy pea coat and a light pair of trousers, similar to what Alcatraz prisoners wore. They failed to find any human remains or concrete physical proof of the convicts' whereabouts. West had reported that the man planned on stealing clothes and a car once they reached Angel Island, but no theft reports were reported in the area after the escape. The FBI's thorough investigation, which lasted for nearly 2 decades, was unable to determine whether the 3 men successfully escaped or died in the attempt. The files begin with the breakout in 1962 and continue through December 1979 when the FBI closed the case. In 2014, a team of Dutch researchers concluded that the men have a legitimate chance of surviving between 11 p.m. and midnight considering the base conditions on the night of the escape. Anglin's sister stated that not long after the escape, she received a call where the call said, "This is John Anglin." Additionally, the Anglin family received a Christmas card in 1962 which read, "To Mother, from John. Merry Christmas." Authorities then confirmed that there was a chance of their survival. The History Channel's documentary also provided a story and accompanying photo from Fred Brizzi, a family friend of the Anglins, claiming they were living in Brazil, but investigators doubted that it could be Brizzi's plan trying to steer the investigation away from the Anglins' actual location. The U.S. Marshals Service hired an expert to analyze Brizzi's photograph, but unfortunately they were wearing sunglasses prevented a definitive conclusion. In January of 2018, a letter surfaced that was originally sent to San Francisco Police Department's Richmond station back in 2013. In the opening paragraph of the letter the author writes, "My name is John Anglin. I escaped from Alcatraz in June 1962 with my brother Clarence and Frank Morris. I'm 83 years old and in bad shape. I have cancer. Yes, we all made it that night but barely." The letter states that Frank Morris and Clarence Anglin passed away in 2005 and 2008 respectively. Author mentioned further, "You announce on TV that I will be promised to first go to jail for no more than a year and get medical attention. I will write back to let you know exactly where I am. This is no joke. After the letter surfaced, the U.S. Marshals Service released a statement saying, "There is absolutely no reason to believe that any of them would have changed their lifestyle and became completely law-abiding citizens after this escape. While we may never find out who actually wrote the letter, we can't help but wonder if he really did manage to escape the escape-proof prison. What do you think happened to them? Please let us know in the comment section. For more informative videos, subscribe to the Instapedia."